Mr. BuildWealth back at it again. And if this is your first time joining in, I'm here to share some information and resources just to help you get started with building wealth. That's what I'm all about. And this topic is about too expensive. Now, as I always share, these are like real stories. These are real encounters. Like, I don't have to make up content because in my line of work, just like anybody else's, you get good content just by living and existing in a certain world. So this too expensive thing comes about from, I've had a couple of people who have reached out to me within the past year, and they've reached out to me because they thought that I would be able to assist them somewhere along their build wealth journey. And once I tell people my pricing, some people just say, hey, I can't afford it, or they say, I'll get back to you when I can. I got to sort some things out. But what I find is people will find a way not to find the money to pay for something that's very important. And this may be unique to financial services because it's a service. Now granted, there are some products that are involved in my respective industry, but sometimes maybe I'm not selling you anything. You reached out to me for my expertise, so I have to get compensated for my time. Like, I give away a lot of free information, and for some, they just won't read or watch the video, and you probably would have gotten your answer, but they still kind of want to check in. And for that check-in, yes, it's going to require you to make an investment. So on a couple of occasions, I've told people, here's what it's going to cost depending on what, I'll say, offering you want. So if you need a lot of my time, then yes, like most people, it's going to be a little bit more money. You need to make a bigger investment if you're going to need me for hours upon hours. I have things to do. You have things to do. Let's not waste time if we're not serious. So for the clients who do come on board, they make the investment. We get past it. We get cracking on some things. And that's great. And I love those people. But then I have these people who say, it's a little too expensive. And I'm like, great. So I usually will hit the pause button on some of that interaction. And I'll say, okay, I think 6 months is a very long time to maybe save up a few dollars. And I do mean 6 months. And sometimes I go beyond this. And so for these people who have told me that, my service is a little too expensive, I will always offer something for free. Like, hey, I'll do this for free, or here's another resource that might be able to help you. Because I think if you say it's too expensive, I need to try to find a solution that can help you get there and get you moving and get you working, but it just ain't gonna be me. So I'll share said resources, and then I'll do my follow-up. And this has happened again in the last week, where some of these people I reached out to last year said I was too expensive, said they would get back to me. I shared some free resources because I wanted to see if it was important, they would just go do it and take advantage of the free stuff. So, of course, as you all can imagine, this is why I'm doing this talk. They didn't do anything. And I had a conversation with one, and they said, well, I respect your business and what you're trying to do for people. I understand that you need to get compensated, but I still don't have the money to move forward. And I'm sitting here thinking what the hell you been doing for 6 months? And let me share this with you. These people did not get laid off or furloughed. They still have jobs. One has a job and a business. And they literally, and this one said, I don't have enough money to pay you yet for your time and effort. I said, what in the world is going on? I thought you needed me 6 months or 8 months ago. I know for certain you damn sure needed me. And you found some silly excuse. It's too expensive. I know you have paid some money for some nonsense that did not move their agenda forward, that did not help them, create a little bit more wealth, to fix their credit, to understand investing. I know they didn't spend some money on something like that. And then for them to say, yeah, I still can't afford it, and I just got to save up. I'm like, this is the problem, people. We're making excuses that are stopping us from being great. You're making excuses that are helping you to perpetuate generational poverty. I'm trying to disrupt generational poverty. But you saying too expensive, what do you expect? I gave you free stuff and you didn't take advantage of that. It's been 8 months since we've talked and you still can't afford it. You're not gonna win. I think you'll have a decent life. I'm not gonna say you will get through life and you may have the chance to figure it out later. But if it's taking you 8 months and you haven't been able to save a few dollars that can help you get past this pain point, I don't think it's important enough to you. And so this issue was around their credit. And I'm like, yo, if you would have just paid back then, your credit would have been solid. It's been 8 months. So this too expensive thing, we really got to start to check and start to think about when we say too expensive, what are we comparing it to? That's the question I want you to answer. Like when you say my services are too expensive, compare it to what? And this issue on credit, I've seen some people who, and I respect the hustle all day long, they're charging crazy dollar amounts to do credit. We'll call it repair, coaching, counseling. I'm not knocking your hustle. I guess if you're charging a price, you're worth it and then some. But I even tried to like make a deal. And I said, well, here's what I'll do. Since I'm still too expensive, let's do this. And I just kind of on the fly tried to create some scenario where they still felt like they didn't have to pay full price, but they would get the value of that price. And the fact that they still said, I can't even afford that, lets me know that I cannot help. I can't help. Nothing I can do. If it's been 8 months and you still haven't saved a few dollars to invest in something that can take you to the promised land, I don't think you're ever going to figure it out. That's just my personal belief. And so again, I'm going to challenge you to think about when you say or tell somebody that their product or service is too expensive, what are you comparing it to? Because last time I checked, some of these same people, I will see something on social media. Social media is awesome because it helps me to prove that so many people are full of shit. So many people are full of shit because when you say too expensive, then I see you on a trip, I'm thinking like, here we go. This is the problem. You're not prioritizing the right things in your life. And so when you say too expensive, and then I say, well, comparison to what? And you have, the ability to go on a vacation or a trip, or you're out eating, or you bought some new clothes, or you bought a video game system, like whatever it is, I'm trying to figure out what too expensive means to you. I find this very frustrating that people can't get out of their own way. And we're using this bullshit excuse of it's too expensive. What is your, I won't say your life, but like what's your, gosh, I'm kind of stumbling here. Like what's it worth to you to have like financial peace of mind? That's what I want to say. What is it worth to you to have financial peace of mind? I do not know that number. But if I know I need to be financially successful, which everybody dreams about and fantasizes about, you put a price tag on it. There are so many options that you can consider. But here's the reality of this whole too expensive conversation. If stuff is free, it's always going to be limited in scope. Always. So just expect if it's free, it's going to get you to a certain level and then it's going to like phase out. So you got to upgrade. You got to upgrade again. Got to pay the premium price. It's like subscription services, right? If you want a little bit, we'll give you a free trial. After the free trial is done, you got to pay. We got 3 different buckets to choose from. And I've been doing the same thing as I've been pricing my services because, again, yes, I can sell products too, but I'm not even trying to sell people stuff. I'm just like, yo, if you want my expertise, you got to pay up or you're going to pay somebody. Or here's what's going to happen. If you keep saying I'm too expensive, you're going to keep struggling in life by enriching others. Meaning, so this example I was talking about is around credit. This means you're still enriching everybody else because you owe so much money. So at some point, you're going to have to pay these people versus, well, maybe we can get creative. Maybe we can strategize and maybe we don't have to pay full price for things. And I don't know. Because right now, I have no information. I just know you need help with credit and it's been 8 months. I know you need help with your retirement account, but it's been 8 months. So what else have you been spending your money on in the last 8 months to where you can't afford me? I'm not even the most expensive, but I can't wait to be, because what it's going to do is going to show me your level of commitment. That's what anybody's product or service means. That means they value their product or service and is worth it, and then some. And granted, I know there's always the alternative. There's somebody who's charging an arm and a leg and his shitty product and his shitty service, and yet some people still pay. Isn't that crazy? That we don't challenge some of these other things that are too expensive. And so when I come at you with some real shit that can help you disrupt generational poverty, you're like, nah, bro, it's too expensive. All right, bet. You keep struggling out here in this world, and you keep hoping you're going to figure it out. But you came to me. I think that's what frustrates me the most, is that you came to me. I said, yo, here's how I can help. You pick. I'll do as much or as little as you want. But we have to stop using this excuse of too expensive. Honestly, this is why I even created this whole 15-minute plan. This is why I did this. I said, I don't think it takes that long to get to the point. 15 minutes. Hit the link in my bio. Schedule 15 minutes with me and just come prepared with the topic. And if you don't have a topic, I will run you through an activity that will blow your mind. 15 minutes, bet money. It ain't too expensive. Hit the link in the bio and find out for yourself. And then go tell the world what you got accomplished in 15 minutes. I can't save the world. I can't save you in 15 minutes, but I can damn sure get you out of your way. I can help you bust through some roadblock, some wall, some reservation, some fear, some embarrassment. I'm a bust right through that. Like, I'm really good at doing that, and it ain't too expensive. So keep using the too expensive excuse. Just keep using it, and you will find yourself missing out on a whole lot of awesomeness in your life. You find money in ways to do other things, but for some reason you won't do it for the sanity of your financial house, your financial peace of mind. So I'm going to challenge you to stop using this bullshit excuse saying things are too expensive. You are struggling, your family's struggling, everybody can see you struggling, and yet you keep living life and not investing in yourself. Maybe it's not with me, and that's okay, but you have to realize at some point, if you want to achieve financial peace of mind, if you want to be financially independent, if you want to learn how to invest, if you want to fix your credit, at some point you will need to make an investment, and you cannot continue to say it's too expensive. So with that, I'll leave you all, hit me up. Links in the bio if you're about this life. Give me 15 minutes and watch your life change. But I'll let you know, it ain't that expensive. All right? Talk to y'all next time.